Hello and welcome to a brand new video. For anybody who hasn't seen yesterday's video, we have lost all of our max gear, bandos, prims, or boots, everything. We were down to this. We were rocking a Torag's body and a Vrak skirt, and that was our bossing gear. I'd sold everything to Bank 99 prayer, and a Bank 99 prayer trained a good chunk of it. But just yesterday, right, listen to this, the last 24 hours in RuneScape have been pretty crazy. Just yesterday, to break up the prayer grind, one of the lads was like, do you want to come bossing? And we had it over and had done 2 kills at a boss. And I managed to snag a massive item, which has bought back all of my max gear and then some. And we're not even 99 prayer yet. We're actually only 95. We've still got a few levels to go, but we've got 99 prayer banked. We've got all of our max gear. I was thinking it was going to take me weeks to rebuild after I hit 99 prayer because it's super expensive. But yeah, we got super lucky. We also smashed out the Mage Arena cape. Mage Arena 2 cape, the Zardome imbued cape, which is the best in slot mage cape. Just been a pretty awesome day, and to top things off, we managed to find the best prayer training method in the game. I just stumbled upon this at 93 prayer, so I'd done 83 to 93 without knowing about this, and I was just hopping around and I seen people doing this and I was like, no way, that is super smart 500 IQ plays. So in this video I'm going to be going over the 3 ways to train prayer, and this new one I found that's the best one. Some of you guys will already know about this, but I didn't, and I'd spent like a lot of time wasted by not doing it. So anyway, first things first, there's 3 different ways to train prayer in old school RuneScape. A load of people were telling me to do unsold dragon heads because it's only 30 mil to 99 prayer. That's completely wrong. Whoever thinks this is cheap, I don't know if users are chatting about outdated prices, but these things here are 10k, right? Plus all your runes, plus all your costs, and then you only get 1.5k prayer XP. So these are like 7 or 8 GP per XP. They are a little bit cheaper, but you only get 300k XP per hour, which sounds crazy. It sounds like a good rate, but prayer XP is crazy. In this here method I was getting 920k XP per hour, so over 3 times, but that was with superior bones. If you're using Hydras you get about 600k, Dragon bones you'll still get like 400, 500k XP per hour. So yeah, definitely don't use the unsold dragon head. So the 2 other good ways to train prayer I'm just going to go over here. Look at all this gear. Yeah, the last 24 hours been awesome, but let me just, oh, that's not bank, that's sell. I'm just going to head over and show you the first one to get started. First way, you go to World 330, there's always these player owned houses and people always have lit altars in here. So what you do is use a full set of bones on the altar, and then you'll just leave, unnote them at fills, come back in, rinse and repeat. You can actually right click on the board and hit use last, but I'm going to show you how to speed this up massively. So the first thing, what most people do, is just use the bones, chill out, and then it's a really AFK skill to train. It does take a long time. Your XP rates here aren't going to be that high. Let me just stick them up on the screen so you can see. So this here is using the best bones in the game, and if I'm just doing it this way, hold on to add this to the canvas. If we're just doing it this way, you only get about, I'm going to say like 200, maybe 250k XP per hour. It sounds pretty good. I don't even think you get that. Probably 200k XP per hour, which isn't bad if you include banking and all that. But I'm going to show you a way to make that way faster. So the first thing you need to do, go into menu, entity swapper. You need to turn on customizable shift click. See customizable shift click there? Just tick that on. And then in fixed screen, or in whatever one you play on, actually you want to right click here and hit configure shift click. I'll want to grab a few more bones and I'll show you this. See the way there's this little bar in the middle between my inventory and the game screen? That'll actually make this method much harder. So what you want to do first of all, switch yourself over to resizable. It just means that bar disappears, which is awesome. You want to close your chat menu and you want to zoom in as far as possible. You can actually change this in camera options so you can zoom further, which is up here in RuneLite as well. Now that you've got shift click options turned on, you can right click on this inventory thing. I don't think many people know about this because I didn't for the first few prayer levels. Big shout out to the boys in the CC who told me about this. You right click on it and click shift configure, or configure shift click. Then you can right click on these and click use, and this will mean instead of shift dropping your bones, shift will use your bones. So then you can right click and you see that up in the top left there, it changes it to use. Now have a look at this for XP rates. You can just use the bones over and over and over, and you can make the altar massive, you can make your inventory massive. Another big thing here, if you actually don't have stretched mode on, watch how small my inventory gets. It makes it very difficult to do if you have a decent size of wander. If you put stretch mode on, the inventory gets bigger, you can stretch it to make it even bigger, and that just means you can click on these much easier. Use shift click, and then your XP per hour will just fly up a crazy amount. Instead of you getting 250, 300k per hour, you can get 900k XP per hour doing this. But yeah, it's super expensive, wouldn't bother doing it. Unless you just want to chill out, definitely don't do it with superior dragon bones unless you're super rich in RuneScape. They're just so expensive. These things are just for the wildy altar, because then you get double the prayer XP for every bone you use. So we're going to head over and show you the other two methods now. Right, here we go, on to method 2. This is using the most efficient place in the game, but it's also not the most efficient method. I use this from level 83 to level 93. And this here is more fun than prayer XP. I think I was only getting like 400k XP per hour, which is still better than the dragons I showed you at the start. And it's like 70% cheaper. But basically what I did was stuck on really good stab bonus gear. So I had a glory, which is plus 10. I had a Ardone cloak, which is plus 4. Holy book, or you could replace that with any book. Even the Bandos book is plus 2 strength. It's really cheap. Don't just use a dagger. Bring all this stuff because it's really, really cheap to get. I think I'm risking like 15 or 20k. I also brought a black salamander, and this thing's quite broken because people can't pray against it. They don't know what attack stance you're on if you're using a black salamander. You can use... Hold on till I click this boy on. Oh, I released him. Shit. Right, hold on and grab another black salamander. Black salamander, whenever you equip him, you can attack with range, mage, or melee, which means if somebody's praying, they do not know what you're hitting them with, which makes it pretty cool. You can also hit like 36s if you've got real high strength bonus and boosted, but you're kind of relying on your dragon dagger special attacks just to spec people out. He's just more to finish off people who are low. Anyway, this here's what I do. I use the cemetery teleport. There is 3 different teleports, but this is by far the best. So what a lot of people use is the burning amulet. It teleports you straight out to here, which is about level 41 wilderness. There's always PKers camping here, and every like 5 or 6 runs you'll just die, because if they freeze you and you don't have much food, you're going to struggle to get into the KBD lair and teleport away. That's if you bring a teleport. A lot of people don't. A lot of people just go out with nothing on them and hope that they're okay, which is a terrible plan. Don't use the burning amulet teleport, it's just not worth it. There's also a teleport here to level 44 wild, which I've seen a few people using, and it is a wee bit closer, so it is kind of more efficient. And I'm not sure if there is many PKers there, but there is the crazy chaos fanatic in your way, and he might attack you, so you'd actually have to take a wide berth, which means it's probably the same distance. The one I've been using that I found is by far the best is the cemetery teleport. Now these things are about 3k. It does make your runs a tiny bit more expensive, but you teleport in level 31 wild or 32, so you're only a few squares away from being able to teleport out with a glory. And just bring a glory anyway. Bring 3 items. Bring a bulwark, a glory, and a black d'hide body, or bring attack stuff if you're doing what I was doing. You teleport in, nobody can kill you there because of the Ankus and because of how close it is to teleport. 100% safe. You'll never lose a full inventory of bones, which is brilliant, because that's the one thing you don't want to do, is die with a full inventory of bones. If you die near the end, it doesn't really matter, because you've saved so much money by using this altar versus using the other altar, because every bone you use in this altar has a 50% chance of not getting used. So this here method is not the most efficient prayer XP, but it's a load of fun. I'll put a montage at the end of all the people I like escaped from and killed and stuff like that. A load of people actually hate if you like PK out here, even though it's what the like developers designed this place for. You can get these big massive prayer rewards. Let me just show you here. The odd time when I use a bone in this altar, it doesn't get used in the inventory. Did you see that? Let me just show you again. I know most of you probably already know about this, but then I'm going to show you at the end of the video this other one that I found when I was hopping around looking for people to kill. There was always a massive cluster of people in the PvP worlds, and I had no idea why. I assumed because there was always a PKer there, I assumed they were like paying these PKers for protection. But what actually was going on that time was there was one PKer protecting his Iron Man, which is pretty weird. But PvP worlds are the most efficient place in the game to train prayer. Right, so now it's time for the most efficient prayer training method in the game. To use this method, you need one of these 3 items, either a rock cake from Recipe for Disaster, a locator orb from Dragon Slayer Part 2. You just need to start Dragon Slayer Part 2 and do a wee bit of it to get this thing, and this thing hits you for like 10s. It's pretty good. But the best one in the game is the enchanted symbol, and you get this from Mage Arena Part 2. This thing here kills you in seconds, so it's really good to use. It is quite annoying if you die, you have to run back to the Mage Bank to get another one. Wait and see how fast this thing kills you. So what these people have been doing, which is super smart, and I didn't really work it out for a few days after seeing loads of people in the PvP worlds, when you are in the Chaos altar or in this altar in the wild, the really annoying thing is how far away it is from a bank. If you go out here, use all your bones, you need to run way south to teleport back out and like rebank, re-gear. So what I had been doing was killing more people to get more bones and like extending my trips. But bones out here last for ages, and if you could bank quicker, it would just make this altar crazy to use, like crazy XP rates and crazy efficient. So what these people are doing is actually using a PvP world and changing their teleport spawn back from like Faldor or whatever it is after you do your quest back to Lumbridge. And in PvP worlds in Lumbridge, in the respawn, there is actually a bank. They have put a bank in all the PvP worlds in like the respawn spots. I think it's just to make it easier for people to gear up. But as a side effect, if you actually use this world for skilling like prayer, you can actually get crazy XP per hour. So what you want to do is come out here, go to the altar, use up all your bones, and then just keep yourself. You'll actually respawn right on top of a bank, which is just crazy. I'm shocked I didn't like understand that that's what these people were doing whenever they're sitting out here. You just come out, use a full inventory of bones, top yourself, and look at this in the PvP world. There's so many people using this method. So I know a lot of you guys already know this, but there's also hundreds of people in all the other worlds that aren't using this method. But it's just so much quicker, so much more efficient. Because if you think about it, if you're using a player-owned house, right, going out and chatting to that boy takes you, what, about 15, 20 seconds, maybe even 25, because there is a couple of load screens there when you leave the bank, or when you leave the player-owned house, and when you come back in, it does take a few seconds to load. So let's say the average bank over there takes you about 21 seconds. What it takes you here is similar, because a full inventory here is actually worth twice as much prayer XP. So if you double the time it takes you to bank in a player owned house, you know, if you think about that as 40 seconds, you can bank here and come back in about 40 seconds. It's about the exact same. So there's no reason why anybody should be using a player owned house apart from that like AFK time if they're not clicking or something, or if they just don't want to deal with PKs. There is still a reason, but here is about the same speed. You can probably get more XP per hour because you've more time spent here at the altar. So yeah, you've come out, you've used a full inventory of bones, and all you need to do is hold down 1 and spam click on this, and look at how fast your inventory or your health just disappeared. There you go, dead in seconds. You can actually spam click between 1 and 2 and kill yourself quicker, but you'll spawn at the bank. How smart is this? I had no idea that's what these people were doing, but basically all they need to do then is grab a few more bones out. I've actually ran out, I've got mine in GE buying, but then you just teleport straight back out, run straight north, and it's incredibly quick to bank. It's just so smart. I don't know how it didn't like catch on. That's what these people were doing. That's why there's so many people in all the PvP worlds. But this makes banking while using this Wily Altar so quick. It's so quick that you could actually bring out half the bones and maybe not the bulwark. I know I said that you should really bring this out in case a PKR comes, but if you're bringing half loads, like half the bones, you can protect 4 items every single time, so that would lower the amount if you're really scared of PKers. I wouldn't recommend that. I'd just come out, use as many as you can, and if you use that cemetery teleport, you'll never really see a PKer coming from a distance. What I highly recommend is having that quick hop option turned on though, because then like if a PKer does come, you kind of have a bit of safety if you're in the masses surrounded by other people, you know, so maybe peak times you'd be okay. Oh no, because it's multi. If they come in with barrage, it's going to hit everybody. Yeah, just have the quick hop option turned on, and then if a PKR comes, you can just hop world, you can finish your inventory, keep yourself in a non-PvP world, hop back to PvP world, use that super close bank to your respawn again, and then come straight back out. This here is by far the best prayer training method I found in the game. I did show you that one previously on Fossil Island where you can get like 2.5 million prayer XP per hour, which is crazy. I love this lad using a Black Salamander. Black Salamander out here is super smart because people don't know what to pray. It just makes it so hard to know what you're dealing with. But yeah, once you've finished your inventory, spam click all the buttons and then restart. It's the quickest way to get from here to the bank, and you can only do it in a PvP world, not at the bank. There might be some respawns you can set up later on. Maybe if you pay 5 mil, I think you can change your respawn to Edgeville, and then you could use the same method of topping yourself in a different world, you know, which would probably save you from a couple of PKers, because I think some PKers have worked out. Loads of people use the PvP world, but you respawn at a bank, which is awesome. I just thought I'd make a video, quick one for you guys to show you this method, because yeah, I thought it was so cool when I found it, and it's just going to make the rest of my prayer training grind much easier for me. So I know a load of you guys it'll definitely make easier. And those tips at the start where you can like get rid of this bar in the middle by turning on full screen. I like playing on fixed, but for prayer highly recommend removing this bar. It just makes clicking so much easier. Using stretched is awesome. Right, that will do us for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that prayer method, and I hope some of you use it whenever you are on your prayer grind. I'm just going to shout out the Discord before we go. We've not shouted it out in like 10 videos. So yeah, if you guys want to join the Discord, feel free. A link is in the description. We're up to 941 people in there, which is crazy. We're almost hitting that 1,000 mark in the Discord. If you want to come hang out or get involved in the Skill of the Week or Boss of the Week competitions for prizes, this week was prayer, and I thought I was doing good, getting 6.3 million prayer XP in a week, but I actually came third, which is terrible. One lad managed to do 10.3 million prayer XP, and he was finished a few days ago, so in like 4 days he got from 82 or 83 prayer up to 99, which is crazy. I'm going to finish off my prayer grind. Another video is coming soon with that big massive drop from the boss that I got yesterday, so yeah, looking forward to making that. I'm going to try to get more regular videos out. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take it easy. Bye.